What's up, everybody? My name's Trey and welcome to another video. Now, if you don't know, I recently started an income challenge in which I'm trying to make $100,000 all outside of my primary income. And well, it's been difficult to say the least starting out, but I think I found a few different opportunities that could really speed up the process. And in this video, I'm actually going to be having Andrew back on the channel explaining his Facebook Marketplace dropshipping agency and going over some of the results that he's gotten his clients. Because this is definitely one of the ways that I'm going to be trying to hit this $100,000 goal because I need some help. But if you are somebody that's new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified every time I post a video. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into that intro.
And just wanted to say, Andrew, thank you so much for coming back on the channel, man. It's nice to see you. If you don't know, I'm actually a client of Andrew's agency that he runs with his business partner, Jason. Really just trying to create passive income, trying to do something that will allow me to put that money somewhere else and hopefully hit this $100,000 challenge that we started. If you haven't watched that video, I will leave a link in the description and there'll be a thumb card at the top of the screen because big things in the works. But I know one thing that everybody kind of wants to know is what's something that I can invest my money on that's going to be relatively safe and get some return on that. And that's where Andrew comes in. So if you want first just a little bit about the service, if they're kind of new to the channel, what exactly do you do? And then I have something really cool for everybody, and that's going to be some client results, because even if you could talk a good talk, can you actually get results? So Andrew, so happy to be here. So happy to see your beautiful face today, my guy.
Hey, man. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate you having me back on the channel, man. Yeah, so real quick, we'll just give a nice 30,000 foot overview of the service. So we essentially run the Facebook automation service for you. We run your store A to Z. So all you have to do is collect a check and then also pretty much help us out every now and then if we need something in the chat. That's really it. But we will go ahead and source the products, list the products, fulfill the orders, handle the customer service, upload all the tracking numbers, adapt to the changes on the marketplace platform or the Facebook platform. So at the end of the day, I mean, we're doing the entire business. We are a management company. So to give people who have maybe never heard of this a good analogy or a good metaphor, you live in an apartment complex, but that company that owns the apartment complex does not actually manage it. Okay, so we are just a management company. Everything is still yours. The business is still yours. The account is still yours. We just manage it. So we are almost like a management company for apartment complexes, but we just do it for Facebook stores, right? So that's hopefully a good analogy. If maybe you weren't maybe fully understanding or you never heard of, something like this, that's really what we do. We just manage and run the store for you. Okay.
So I have a question that a lot of people have been asking me. So if you're able to create stores like this, why run them for other people? That's always a big thing that comes up. If I can run 1,000 stores for myself, why would I reach out to people, run their stores, be their management company? Because I know the answer seems pretty easy to be, but go ahead and explain.
Right. No, 100%. I get that question a decent amount. And the reason being is because there's a lot of limiting factors to being able to just do it unlimited, right? One, the amount of credit, right? So just because I have great credit and I have a ton of it doesn't mean I have enough to run 100 stores, okay? And have them scaled. Second thing is Facebook. Okay. It's going to be a pain in my behind to have Facebook for me to make 100 Facebook accounts. Like you only get one marketplace per account. So if I wanted to run right now, I believe we have 70 to 75 clients. I'd literally have to make 70 to 75 Facebook accounts. That again is just a hassle in itself. And at the end of the day, those are really the two reasons. It's not that they're super limiting. I mean, the credit one is definitely a limiting factor. But at the end of the day, the main reason too is because, we're just not trying to make hundreds of accounts. You know what I mean? Those are the two factors. Those are the reasons why we would rather run other people's stores. They already have them created. They're seasoned. We can run shops on their accounts if they have them already, and they'll have their own credit that they can use as well.
Right. Now, so that is the 30,000 foot view. That's just a very simple kind of definition of what they do. They manage your Facebook marketplace, maybe your Facebook shops, if you're able to open one of those up. I have another video completely dedicated to Andrew, the company, how he got started. But in this, hopefully this will be for somebody that is not necessarily new to the channel, but somebody that just wants to learn more about their specific service. Like I said, you kind of understand the model of drop shipping, how it works on Facebook. But now we want to go over some results. Now you have to understand that everybody's Facebook is different. Some start really hot, some have a really hard time kind of getting off the ground. But these are some results that you can kind of look to have if you have those factors. If you have a Facebook account, if you have the credit limit, if you have those things, this is a company that can get you some pretty nice results. So if you could kind of talk us through the results, and let's kind of see what you got, Andrew.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I do want to say too, we do have a full-fledged money-back guarantee. We're the only service that will ever offer you a full-fledged money-back guarantee in the Facebook side. On Amazon and Walmart, you guys, that's not my area of expertise when it comes to ROI guarantees and the services. But yeah, we have an ROI guarantee with the service. So no matter what, you're never going to lose out on your money. And that's in black and white in the contract. Okay. Now, I wanted to pull this up. So we have a good amount of clients here we're going to show you. We got about 10 right now, I think, on here that I want to go over. So some of them will have, some have started slow, some have started fast. We have others who I have a very unique experience that I want to share with you. And then we have 2 clients that have already made their ROI on the 20K investment in 10 to 11 months. So let's go over this here. First, this is just an overview. We've been running this client shop, I believe, since January. Yeah, since January. Okay. And these are a little smaller, but we'll go ahead and make them a little bit bigger here. So when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, the client's shop did not start off too hot. Now, a lot of people have this misconception that as soon as you get a shop, it's going to do $5,000 immediately. Like, no, not every shop is the same, just like not every marketplace is the same, right? Now, one thing I do want to also state in here as well is that I'm going to be showing you guys some clients who are making good money on the marketplace and we're running their shop for them. And the reason for this is because they were with us before the shops started, before that loophole on how to get shops approved and enabled in the marketplace. Like before that was even a thing. So they've been clients with us for 4 or 5 months or plus. So we were built up their marketplace. And then when the shop got open for them, we just went ahead and started scaling the shop and we just maintained the marketplace. And by maintain, we just mean fulfilling orders, uploading tracking numbers, and handling the customer service for the clients. Right. So that's why if you were to sign up and you already have a shop, we are not going to run your marketplace. We're just going to run a shop. But just wanted to get that out of the way. So we could just go to the present date. So actually what we'll do here. So this scaled very well. And this client was super, super eager to get his shop scaled. So we'll just look at shop results because his marketplace results, we were building his marketplace up. So his marketplace wasn't doing the hottest, right? And even now it's not that hot, but just look at the shop results. First half of January, he did only 467. The second month is February. He did a full month. He did, we'll just say $2,000 in profit. He's on a 50-50. So he's taking home 1,000 from there. His shop in February only did, 110. But if you look here at his split for the month of February, he took home $1,042, completely passive. And everything is taken care of there. Now in March, again, we're not really even trying to scale his marketplace anymore. So it's only at $100, but his shop is definitely continuing to grow. We're only halfway through March in the time of recording this. So he already beat what he did last month and he should probably do $3,000 this month here. $3,000, we're not even going to consider the marketplace added in. So he should take home $1,500 and it should continue to grow and grow and grow. So that's one client. Shop's growing very nicely. He was patient, but he's seen a lot of other results I was posting on my Instagram and he was just really wanting those results. Right. So that's one. We have another client. This is a client whose marketplace was built out really well before he got on the shop. So if we look at January, his shop did 2,600 and his marketplace did 2,182. Which was really good. So if we scroll down here, he made 2,600. He's on a 50-50. He made $2,604 completely passive. And he just had the benefit of combining both marketplace and shop. Wow. February, his marketplace did $2,000 and his shop did 3,487. So his shop grew $1,200. So that was really nice. I think he took home a total of Yeah, 2,695, so 2,700 bucks, completely passive. And he did total of $5,300, $5,400 in pure profit. This includes obviously the shop profit, but nonetheless, passively took home 2,700 bucks. And now we're at this month. Marketplace slowed down a little bit. We've seen this across a couple accounts. It is what it is. But anyways, $442 here, and right now his shop is at $1,851. So at the end of the day, you know, he still should at least match what he did here. So to take home relatively close to the same results as he did in February, right? So another client who's just eating off of the marketplace being ran and just maintained at that point.
Which is absolutely insane, guys, because we have to understand that, yes, everybody wants to make, you know, $10,000, $20,000 a month completely passive, but creating passive income is extremely difficult. So you have to understand it's going to take a little bit to ramp up regardless of, you know, what service or what endeavor you're trying to do. I've just found that this might be the easiest out of the ones I found, out of selling on Amazon, out of selling on Walmart. It seems like if you go with the right agency to actually run and manage everything, that has a system put in place, they're literally going to print you money. Now, it might not be $5,000 your first month. It takes time to scale, but this is completely passive. You're not having to work for this. You're not having to do anything for this, which I really like about this concept. So
I agree. So this is another client. I think Marwan signed up with us like late November, I believe. So we didn't have a lot of time to build his marketplace up, as you guys could see here. But we knew we could get him a shop, you know? So in February, obviously his shop didn't do too hot, but also it was because we started on the 24th for his shop. So in 4 days, because I think it ends on the 28th, in 4 days, we got him this. So if you divide 853 by that, 4 days, I mean, he's making $200 a day, you know what I mean? Profit. And if you do the 50-50 split, which is what he's on, he's making $100 a day, completely passive at that point. So, you know, it's still nothing to completely complain about, especially because, you know, he started on the 24th. But now going into March, obviously the marketplace, we didn't get to scale it too much like Mike's in the past or the previous client I just showed you, but his shop is killing it. His shop is now going very, very good. $3,400 halfway through the month. Now this client, and for everybody who's wondering, anybody who's on a 50-50 split here invested 10 grand into the service, right? We'll get into the other packages later, or when I come across a client who maybe gets a higher one. But right now, this client's on a 50-50 split, okay? Halfway through the month, he's at $3,400 in total profits. He is going on scale to at least make a minimum of 5 grand, okay? At least 5 grand. Now, 50-50 that, he's taking home $2,500. Invested 10 grand, $2,500. 25% of his investment is made back in 1 month. 4 months, and he makes that back, his ROI. And he's been sending us clients like no other, because he's just, now he really sees the results coming in, you know, especially this month. But yeah, so I mean, again, not a lot to previously show just because marketplace wasn't super hot, but at the end of the day, yeah, man, this dude's shop, he's super happy. Like, he couldn't be happier. And he's saying it's one of the best investments he made. Obviously he has his ROI guarantee, so he's never worried, but he's just like, bro, like this feels great. Like super happy client. So shop's taking off for him as well. This is another client, Alex. I believe I didn't pull up his previous. No, I didn't. Okay. So his store is one of those stores where we got to build up the marketplace a little bit. Okay. So we got his shop opened in January, late January. So he only did about $752 from there on January. And then he did let's just say 1,700 on his marketplace. So he did a total of $2,474 total. And then he actually made $1,237 passively. In February, he did 1,000 on the marketplace. And then he did 2,456 on the shop. So if we look at the increase, I mean, when you get a full month in, it's very substantial. Obviously, because he had a full month in February, not in January. But if we look here, yeah, $3,500 total between both of the marketplace and the shop, and he took home $1,756. And then in March, marketplace has slowed a little bit for sure, but the shop is still going pretty heavy. So he should definitely pass up what he did last month, 2,400. We're halfway through the month right now in March. And, you know, this is only up to date on the 16th. So when we're recording this, they haven't fulfilled yesterday's orders. Or today's when they come in. So, I mean, he's on track to pretty much double this, if not at least just do $3,000. So pretty much double. And I mean, the profit margins are fat. I haven't been mentioning those because I think those are buzzwords. I think when people tell you those 30-40% margins, like that's great. But if you're only making 1,000 to 2,000 and not including the split, like then you're not making a ton of money. But so that's why I kind of ignore the buzzwords of profit margins, because those being so high usually get people excited. But I like to just talk pure profits here. So yeah, I mean, he should take home a minimum of, he's on a 50-50 as well. He should take home at least $1,500 this month, at least, not including the marketplace and whatever that does. But last month he should either match or grow this right here for sure, like match or grow that. So just another client. And again, just like Trey said, man, like not everybody has crazy, insane wants and goals. Like a lot of these clients are just happy making an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month or 1,500. You'd be surprised at how many people. And I used to have this belief that like, bro, we got to make people 3, 4, 5 grand. Like, not really. Like, not at all. Everybody has different wants. And one thing I will say too, what you said, Trey, about passive income is very important. Is like you need to compound and combine your passive income sources to really make a substantial amount of passive income. Just like in real estate, you get one rental property, you're not going to make $5,000 off that one rental property. You need to have at least 10 to start making a substantial amount of passive income. So to have that mindset when you come into any sort of passive income investment, one is not going to get you what you want. You need at least 3, 4, 5, 6 or more to really kill it. But nonetheless, I mean, geez, an extra 1,500 to $3,000 passively. It took, come on,
nice.
Bro, like Jesus. Okay, so Joe, oh man, he came from my Amazon automation service a long time ago. Great guy. Marketplace, we didn't get to run up a marketplace too much. It was just slowly growing as marketplaces do. But in February, so we started running his shop in February. We got to run the whole month, and his one is just one that took off. $4,642 in profit on a 30% profit margin. He only spent $10,000 to make this, so that's a just being honest, that's 40% profit right there, 40% ROI right there on your spend. And so, anyways, he ended up making $2,400 completely passive, and all like hands free. If we go to where he's at right now, his shop is at $2,500 halfway through the month. So he should at least do what he did last month. But we're looking to hit $5,000 for him this month. And then his marketplace is, again, super slow. We didn't build it up at all. We just got him straight to the shop. But yeah, so he's still on track to match what he did on the shop here. If not, he'll pass it for sure. But yeah, another client who's going to make, even if he only does this again and splits that in half, he's still taking home like 1,800. No, I'm sorry. Not 28. I'm bad at math, man. Like $2,300, like $2,300. So that's still really nice, completely passive. And again, he invested $10,000. So I just want to say $10,000, he made 24% of his investment back in 1 month. Do that for 4 months, you make your total initial investment back. Rohan, another great guy. Great. He actually just sent us someone else. Yeah, so his shop as well was another one where it was a slow grower, compared to some other ones, right? Marketplace is iffy. We had some time on it, but not like 6 months on it. Like we did with like Mike's, who was doing like $2,000 a month on his marketplace alone. Yeah, so, I mean, his marketplace is subpar. But here's the profit for the first month. This is our theory here. So he has a 50% profit margin. So this man literally almost has an 100% ROI. He spent $2,700 to make $2,100 on his shop. Now, Jason and I's theory is that if we would have took this down to 30%, we would have at least tripled what he did in the total profit. Because this is just way too high. So that's like ridiculously high. But anyways, nonetheless, that was his first month. He ended up taking home $1,500 completely passive here for the month of January. On February, marketplace is okay, 533. And then, so we lowered it, but still was weird. Like, we're like, okay, we grew a little bit, but let's just keep rolling with the punches here. So on February, but there was still growth, which is like, at the end of the day, that's always a good thing. So you end up still taking home $1,535. And the reason why is because the marketplace was super offset from the month prior. And so March, this is his marketplace. And then this is his shop. So he's halfway through the month. So if we just double this, he'll do 2,800 and he'll continue to grow. But this is just one of those where it's just like, it's a slow grower. It's not like Joe's where he did 4,600 his first month, but nonetheless, I mean, my man's still taking home 1,500 completely passively every month. That's 15% of his ROI or his initial investment. So that's really, really good in my opinion. And he's super happy. Like at the end of the day, this is what he came in here for, to make an extra 1,500 plus. Usually we have clients who come into and they're like, listen, man, I love to make 1,500, but I really would love to make, like, if we make more, cool, but I have this set minimum that I really want to make. And usually that is $1,500, which can cover usually most people's, maybe if they have a high mortgage or something, but usually covers, I would say 80 to 85% of their bills.
Right.
So yeah. And so this here is another client. Her store has been growing very, very well. I actually wanted to pull this up because I wanted to pull up her 2021 and then show you the 2022. Right. So she does not have a shop, right? She's just on Marketplace. So if we look here, October, I think she started like mid-October. Yeah, late October. And Jason literally didn't even invoice her because it's just no point in invoicing something small like that. So small growth here. And then now it's picking up, like now it's starting to pick up. And that's why I wanted to show this, right? She's super happy. At the end of the day, Kimberly is another person who she's on a 50-50 split and she's not looking to make crazy amounts of money. But she's taking home $1,200 completely passive. And she's super happy with the service. Like she's super grateful for the team. She always compliments the team inside the chat. But for her, this is great. This is something that really helps her out. I wouldn't say life-changing, but definitely helps benefit her monthly very, very well. And she's on track to make her ROI as well in a good, solid, I would say 7 to 10 months. So it's really good. And she'll be a good long-term client for us. And she'll be
I'll have you on another video where we talk specifically about kind of the ups and downs of Facebook. But it seems like with a lot of these clients around kind of Q4, sales start going down. Have you noticed that on most of your clients?
1,000%. And when Jason told me that, yes, and when Jason told me that in 2020, before we were running client accounts, he shut his stuff off in Q4. I looked at him, I said, what the hell is wrong with you? But now I experienced it in 2021's Q4 and I see why it does indeed go down. Shops, we had a different experience with. We had one client shop who did 12 grand in profit in November. But that was a shop. And that was also, it's jaded in two ways. One, it's Q4. And two, this was in November of 2021, when if you had a shop, you were blessed. Like you were blessed. Yeah. So like, it's very jaded. I mean, don't get me wrong though. Now it may change with shops this year, but that was super jaded. But normally we've seen a lot of marketplaces go down in sales. This is another client. Oh, this is great. Yeah, these are great people, dude. So this is a wife and husband who came in, and they do not have a marketplace, or they do not. Yes, they do have a shop now. They started their shop in February, but if we look here, another just good overall growth. Like every month they're growing. And then you come in here on to 2022. Marketplace is doing really well. Like their marketplace is doing extremely well. This is not including shops in these overviews. Okay. Right. So if we go to February, so their marketplace took home $3 grand. Okay. They took home $3 grand just alone on the marketplace. And this is why I tell people like marketplace is still viable. It just takes 100%. Some time to grow it. Right. Because if we look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's just say 5, because this is probably half the month when this wasn't. Yeah. So 5 months, it takes at least 5 months to really get this thing rolling on a level where, they're on a 50-50 split. So their marketplace alone, they're taking home $1,500, right? Yep. If we look at how their shop did $1,000 in profit. So we come here, they took home $2 grand completely passive at the end of February. And man, when I tell you that, Malik and Elizabeth, dude, they're so happy. Like I think they wanted to make a bare minimum of 1,000. So like the fact that they're making an extra $2 grand is like, they're just ecstatic. They're super happy and they love the service. And so, yeah, their marketplace has died down. It's slowed up from previous. But their shop is growing. So it's just an offset. Obviously they're probably going to do a little less than they did, just being completely upfront. They're definitely going to do a little less than they did last month. But what matters to me is the shop. We're playing long-term ball here, and long-term is shops. And that is what we're shooting for. So at the end of the day, Their shop's growing, and that's what's really gonna, haul for them long term. Marketplace will always be there, but it is what it is, right? So they're at a 37% profit margin as well. They're spent right now in the month of March. They've spent 2,100 to make 1,300. So it's very, very good. You're over a 50% ROI at this point. So it's looking really, really nice for them, like very nice. So with these last two clients that I want to show you, what I want to show you is long-term, right? And this is going to be for me being one of them. Okay. But I've invested into this service before I even became a part of it. And so at the end of the day, me and this other person we're going to show you are two of the longest standing clients. Okay. Now, we invested the 20K. So I make 70% of whatever we go ahead and essentially sell here. Okay. Or whatever we profit every single month. So if we come here, you can see I started in March, and I believe it was super, super late. Yeah. Like super late. So we really started in April. Right. So I did 982. And then as you could just see, it just continues to go up and up. And then we hover around that $3,000 mark. Again, Q4 November was super, super low. Also, as you can see, the ROIs here are pretty extensive. They're pretty nice. We had an overall of a 2021 of a 34% return on investment of all of this spend. Again, it's pretty good. You made a third of whatever I was spending, I was making. So if I spent $100,000, I was going to be making 34,000 back. So that's pretty nice. And I want to show you this too as well. So let's total up what we did here, which is $25,896. So 25,896. Okay. Sorry, I want to make sure. Okay, 25,896. And so let's add what we did here. Let's just add, I want to just add January. Okay. So let's just do January, which is $4,471, 4,471, which is going to give us a total of 30 grand. My market, this is just marketplace, by the way, this is what my marketplace did. Okay. Now that if we count, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. That's 10. So what we did is we took the 25,896 and then we added to this month alone, right? So we added the January month, which is a total of 10 months with the service. So that's 30,367. And if we minus the 70%, which is what I actually took home, Jason and the service took home $9,110, which leaves me with a total of around 20 grand left, $21,000. I think it's 21.2. So that just goes to show right there, my initial investment of a $20,000 investment solely on a marketplace was made back in 10 months.
10 months.
It's 20. I mean, and what I usually say to people, because some people will say like, that's a hefty investment. Listen, first off, you tell me where you're going to put 20 grand in and you make it back in 10 months and you're in the green. You're not doing it in stocks. You're not doing it in real estate. You're sure as hell not doing it in crypto. I don't know where else you would do this at. So, and with a guarantee that there are no guarantees in any of the three things I just mentioned. So, that's one of us. I'm one of the two that's the longest standing here. It's been here for over a year. And I've made my initial investment back. Now we have another client here who's the same exact way. He invested 20 grand. Here, his is 26,689. So if we come here, 20. So let's do 26,689. Let's do this plus. Let's just do one of his months here, which is 3,019.85, 3,019.85. My camera's frozen, but we're rolling with it. We're rolling with it, guys. So we're at $29,708. And if we minus the 70%, so that's 8,000. So he made his and also is in 10 months as well. Same thing, 10 months, because if we do this minus here, he's left with $20,200, right? Or $20,800. So that's what he actually profited, what the client actually took home. And so again, just another client who invested 20 grand, and that's not including these months here. This literally is just including April all the way until January. So another client who's just getting extensive results to the point where, I mean, this is again, just marketplace. You guys don't see no shops down here. You guys don't see no shops down here. Like this is just the marketplace. So this just goes to show how powerful the marketplace really is over a long period of time when it's scaled. Now, obviously we're working towards shops, but at the end of the day, you know, this is where it can go long term if you think this way.
So as you can see, huge results that clients are actually getting. But I know a lot of questions that people are going to have. Number one, what's the cost? What's the profit split? Because I know you have some different tier packages for people depending on their financial situation.
Yes.
How really hands-off is it? I know you said you do everything, but what is required of them? Like they have to have this in order to start with the service. And just, you know, where can people find you? So where's the easiest way to get in contact with you, the service, and everything like that?
Yeah. So there was 3 questions in there. We'll answer them right off the rip. First question is there's 3 different packages, a 10K for a 50-50 split. And if you don't have a shop, we will get the shop taken care of for you for a $1,000 out-of-pocket fee. It is in the contract. Now that is not included in your ROI guarantee. Okay. Just want to make that very clear, but 10K, 50-50. And if you want the shop, $1,000 extra out of pocket, 15K investment, 60-40 in your favor. And you will only have to pay $500 out of pocket for the shop, not included in the ROI guarantee. 20K, 70-30, no out of pocket for the shop. All packages have ROI guarantees. And so that answers that question.
I have another one to go on with that actually, because I know a lot of agencies have not only the upfront, the profit split, but do you have any type of re-up fee or anything like that that's in your contract?
No renewal fee, no annual fee. It's a one-time investment. There's no overhead you pay for on a monthly basis at all. So the only thing you have to give us is the profit split at the end of every month. That's it. There's none of that is inside of the contract either. Also, if you want to upgrade to your package at any time, that is fine. You're able to upgrade. So if you start with the 10 grand and you want to go to the 70-30, you just pay the 10 grand difference. We will give you an updated contract that simply states, listen, you are only upgrading the only thing that changes in your agreement is going to be the profit split. The time of the ending of the contract is still the same as the previous one, the original you signed. So there's no change. The only change is going to be in the profit split. So you can upgrade at any time. Mm-hmm. What was the other? There was another question that you had as well that I didn't answer. Besides where they can find me, there was a second one as well.
So you're saying it's hands off, but what is the bare minimum that they need in order to, you know, be a client? I mean, obviously they need some finances, but do they need special equipment? Like what exactly would they need to actually
so they're going to need, so we actually reimburse you for it, but we're going to ask you to get a laptop. So while we're working on your shop, we're going to run your marketplace. And so we're going to actually ask you to go get a laptop. Our onboarding manager will tell you the specs that are needed for the laptop for most optimal performance and usage. We'll go ahead and reimburse you on that. And we do that for a multitude of reasons I won't get into here, but just know that we'll take care of that for you. On top of that, the onboarding takes about 60 minutes and that covers everything to make it very hands-off for you. We're not going to be hitting you up, asking you for codes. We're not going to be hitting you up, asking you for really anything anymore. I've kind of created solutions to those issues. But other than that, that's pretty much it. You don't need a lot. Some people don't like to check the WhatsApp group chat, but I mean, if you check it once a day, I mean, we're not even really going to be asking you for a lot anymore. It's more of like, if you have a question, you come to us. Yeah, that's it. Not a lot. It's very hands off at this point. Like we've like I said, I've came up with solutions to some of the things that require the client to be there every day, just to give us simple information. But we've made sure now that I've put things in place to where, you're not hitting us or you're not having to send us screenshots of codes, nothing like that.
Now, and then the last thing, so what's the easiest way for somebody to contact you and really learn more about not only your services, but maybe your personal story? What's the easiest way for somebody to get in contact with you?
Yes, my YouTube channel. So if you want to throw it in the description below, we could do that. My Instagram, Andrew__Giorgi, spelled exactly how you see it on that Zoom call right here. Other than that, those are the best 2 places to communicate with me. Inside of my YouTube channel, we have the link in the description where you can go ahead and book a call with Jason and myself if you're really interested. Jason's not on the calls no more. I handle all of them. So, you know, at the end of the day, you're speaking with someone who's still inside the business. You're not speaking to a salesperson or anything like that. Right. But nonetheless, that's the best ways to contact and get a hold of us.
Yep. So make sure if you do schedule a call, if you do check out the Instagram, make sure that you said that I sent him.
Yes.
It makes it really easy for us to track to see where exactly traffic's coming from in terms of, you know, coming into new clients and things like that. And then we have very special updates. So I actually just purchased basically this service. So I'm gonna come on as a client. One big thing I wanted to do with people on this channel that you can really see is I'm gonna try out all of the different side hustles and ways to make income outside my job. I'm gonna test them first before I actually go and basically promote them on my channel. The reason why you see Andrew consistently on here is because I feel like they have a great service that actually provides value. And I'm willing to put my money up first before I go and put it on my YouTube channel saying that you should go with a specific agency and I not have any results. So if you want, Andrew, can you go through my results?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to go through your results. I don't have them pulled up right now. We're not running it yet. But at the end of the day, yeah, we're going to definitely go through those results.
Exactly what I wanted him to say, because I have none. I just started. We haven't actually got the VAs on anything
he actually
yet.
Threw me off when he said that.
Wondered what he was gonna say, people. So yeah, so super excited to kind of come on with the service. Like I said, brand new. Hopefully, we're gonna have monthly updates. Not only updating my store, but having Andrew come on talk about some other clients, maybe some different changes that Facebook has implemented when it comes to their marketplace or their shop. So really, just want to bring you guys along the journey with us to kind of see as my store grows, as Andrew's agency grows, just seeing, how many people we can kind of bring passive income to. But really want to say thank you again, Andrew, for coming on to the call. Hopefully he will be a regular face on the channel, and want to say thank you much for your service. And I'm sure we'll be in touch, my guy. I really appreciate it.
Most definitely. Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching, and appreciate your time, attention, and ears. So thank you so much.
Have a good one, buddy.
Now, I really hope that you enjoyed this interview. As I said, Andrew's going to be a regular on the channel. We're hoping to do about monthly updates on not only my store, but also on his agency as a whole, going over some different changes that Facebook's made to their platforms and how they're kind of overcoming any issues or problems that they might run into on the actual platform itself. So if you're interested in any of these videos, make sure you use the links in the descriptions and make sure that I sent you over, because you will receive a small discount and it helps a channel like this grow. And if you are someone that's new to the channel, I basically make videos on how you can make money online, diversify your income, and financial news that I think is pretty important for you to know. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.